Welcome back, darlings. Bit of a throwback coming out of the shed, haven't done that for a while. This video is about my mitt on a stick. You've probably seen it in a few videos over the last couple of years. I've put it through its paces, really tested it thoroughly, and now I want to show you how and why this is such a brilliant, safe piece of kit. I got this because I was finding it difficult to reach the middle of the roof of my van without getting my front all covered when I'm like washing the roof, trying to lean over it. I was getting soaked. And then I've also found it was particularly useful on my car as well. So that's a Mercedes GLC. Again, not quite as bad as the roof of the van, but to get into the middle, this just makes life a lot easier. And recently I've been diagnosed with arthritis and I've found that I'm using this in more places than just the roof. In fact, I'm using it all over the car. This thing costs £22, but there's more to it than what you see here. So let me just get the other bits and show you what you get in the kit. So you get a 4-piece pole and it screws in sections. The total length of this is 158 centimeters or 62 inches. And I use it generally with 3 parts. There is a 4th bit as well. I never find I need that. Although if you had something really big, like a big panel van or a Caravan, you'd probably want the full reach. So that'd be useful. It comes with 2 of these lovely little chenille heads, and they are genuinely good. Very pleased with those. And it also comes with this sort of squeegee and scrubber head. Now, if you look at the product listings images for this, they show you using this on the paint. Don't do that. If you see these things in America, they're generally at petrol station forecourts and they use them for cleaning your windshields. They're great for that. So it's got a scrubber on one side and a squeegee on the other. So if you're having to clean your windscreen in the summer and you quickly need to sort that one out, have at it. Really, really useful little tool. I haven't used it, that's why it's still in the packaging. And I also have one little mod to put in with this. I'm gonna bring you in a bit closer and show you where I use this cheap little wash pad and how I fit it all together to give me the best solution and approach possible. So like I said, it comes with 2 of these chenille wash heads. This is unused, this one, which shows you that this one, which I've used over the last 18 months or so, is in really good nick and it releases the dirt very well. So there's no like bits of twig and mud stuck in here after the wash. So that's fantastic. You get 2 of those. They get a little bit of padding on the inside, which is really nice. It has a drawstring to attach it and to tighten it up, and then there's a little bit of valance around the edge. I've generally found this has not caused ever a single bit of scratching. And it attaches on the back of the head. So there is this plastic bit, which you think might be a bit damaging. It hasn't caused me any problems at all. What I do find is I put the drawstring around the handle nook, which pivots, so you get articulation when you're going up and around the car, right? I put it around there to stop it dragging on the paint. Now, the one little mod, if I use this cheapo like fake lamb's wool mitt inside, so I put it inside here, and then I put that plastic head on the inside, which I'll do in a minute for you. I find that this gives it a lot more padding, and it also helps it hold a lot more solution, which is really useful when you're washing the vehicle. And then what I would say is once you've finished doing the entire vehicle with the mitt on the stick, you're going to have some detail areas you can't get into. So what I do is I then take this bit off, and it would look like this, and I just take this mitt out. Now you can either use the chenille mitt for getting into the detail bits around the sills and the grills, or use this. I tend to use this because I find it a bit easier. And what I found is actually cars in general, this is very easy to clean. The bonnets, the windows, the sides. I really enjoy it. It also means I don't have to move as much, so it's a bit less physically demanding. As I said, I've got a bit of arthritis now. So this actually is making my life a lot easier. The one thing that I would say about this is you need to have really good wash discipline. You need to rinse this out frequently because you can't feel it. There's no tactile connection between your hand and the head. You can't feel the dirt underneath. So what you need to do is going backwards and forwards and then rinse it out in your rinse bucket. I definitely 2-bucket when I'm using this. And then I go back into the shampoo bucket afterwards and we'll see where we get to. I find that if you do that and make sure you've got grit guards, I find those cyclone grit guards are better than the slatted ones. For this really does a lot of plunging because it's a big head going in, so you don't want to, something that's going to drag up the dirt from the lower levels. There you go, that mitt on the stick, £22. I think you'd be mad not to try it. I've also put a link to this down below along with the little Wash Mitt as well, so you can see what's going on with it. Again, they're really cheap. Definitely, you don't have to get one. I personally would. They're good little mitts anyway, so you won. But you know, you can see if you've got two heads with this, you could just use the second head if you wanted to. That's like the second mop head. You could just use that and not worry about it. So whatever you fancy doing, really. They're really durable, it's lasted really well. Yeah, so I wanted to tell you about it only after I'd thoroughly tested it myself. Thanks very much for watching. Merry Christmas. I'll see you in the next one.